Wonderful actors, you made it and welcome. Welcome to Screen Acting School. So I'm going to ask you to grab a coffee or whatever your vice is. Ask you, as I said, grab a coffee, open your hearts and get ready. But please remember, this isn't a TV show, okay? It's a class and it's not free. You are paying by showing up and doing the work. So we are so excited to see each and every one of you that are subscribing to YouTube and watching our channel. And hello, YouTube, if you're out there, we see you. If you've already subscribed, we absolutely adore that. Thank you. And if you haven't yet, hit that button, babe, because there is magic waiting.
Absolutely. And should we dive in?
I
I think
think
we should.
so.
This week's lesson is drumroll, the actor's mindset. We're working on the actor's mindset. We've got a few more actors joining us now.
Wonderful. Exactly. So thoughts, emotions and feelings, behavior, and actions.
Yep, we're going to go deep. We're going to go really deep, but do not panic. There will be no crying. Actually, we cannot promise that.
I was going to say, Casey, I don't know if that's a promise that you can make, but we are going to break down how your thoughts spark emotions and feelings,
Yes, and how feelings shape your behavior.
and how that drives your action, okay? Both in life and in your performance.
Think of it like a behind the scenes footage of your internal world.
Yeah, so this is where mindset stops being an abstract idea, okay, and starts becoming a tool that you can actually use.
We're going to track the invisible chain: thought, feeling, behavior, action.
Yeah, and we're going to learn to shift it consciously, as I always talk about, to really unlock depth, range, and truth. So if you're in Audition Plus, I want you to bring this mindset into your full lesson this week, okay? And by the way, the work that you are doing in class is just amazing. So wonderful, you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, are you not impressed with yourself? I would be.
I
Holy
think
cow.
so.
Very proud. Very proud. So, we're going to let this mindset work sharpen your fool's emotional intelligence for your work on the callback.
Yeah.
You're going to learn three things today. One, two, three. Three things today. One is how to name what you're thinking and feeling in the moment and then use it. And then the second thing is how physical behavior tells the truth, even when the text doesn't. And then the third thing is how to create action that's driven by intention and not habit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are going to turn this over to you. This is the participation part of the show.
Yeah, and don't worry, it's not a pop quiz. It's just a little bit of reflection. Okay, you guys?
Everybody with us?
I hope so.
So,
We want to ask you, what's one thought that you often have about yourself? One thought you often have about yourself. And go ahead, pop it in the chat. I actually want to hear it. It's not
mhm.
a rhetorical question.
One
Kyla's
thought you often have is I'm lost.
lost. Okay.
How to
Yeah.
get to a film set without a car. These are um, more about yourself as
Hmm.
a, what you're like. You're sensitive. Okay. I'm strong. Nobody wants me. Oh, I
Oh.
love you, Linda.
Yeah.
Believe
Am I
you were
doing
wanted.
enough?
Why
You
do
got
I feel so
this.
tired?
Yeah, I'm a failure, Tara says. Oh, I'm a loser, Laura says.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. You guys, you're hurting my heart today.
and
I'm
I'm
nervous about
really glad we're doing this lesson.
me too. I'm nervous about acting, but willing to pull through. What do I do next in life, says Malcolm. Yeah, yeah, you guys, absolutely. I'm not
I'm not recognized.
recognized, so no
Yeah.
one no one sees me kind of thing, Lori. I've got this, no one else says. Yeah. Okay, so now you guys, I want to ask you, thinking of that thought that you have about yourself, what emotion does that bring up for you? Okay, and you can go ahead and pop it in the chat again. I really want to hear. So thinking of that thought, if your thought was, you know what, I'm not seen. No one ever sees me. What emotion does that bring up for you? Okay. So thinking of your specific thought. Sadness, Linda
Yeah.
said. Yeah. Yeah. Worry, depressed, powerless, Virginia says. Yeah. Embarrassment or self-consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your emotions follow your thoughts. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
Fear that you're wasting your time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where does this live in your body? So when you feel the things that we're describing, anxious, yeah, Malcolm. Yes, this is a common. I think we have too much stress, we have too much pressure, we have too much knowledge.
Linda just said, damn it, I'm crying and it's only minutes into class. I told you couldn't promise that, Casey.
I know, I know. In your throat and your chest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety and sadness is usually in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of integrity, so sad, disappointed. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You feel it in your stomach and chest all over. Ooh.
In your gut.
Arms get shaky in your gut, your chest, pride in your chest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel a lot of things. Actually, every part of your body has a memory.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it. This is very good. Thank you for your honesty. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to know, actually, before I get into what I want you to know, and I want you to know a lot of things, but you are loved, everybody here right now. And you are moving me so deeply. I'm going off script because
Yeah.
listen, what brave people,
Mm-hmm.
what brave people.
Yeah.
I want to know what action that drives when you feel this way, when you feel this in your body and you have that thought and you have those emotions. What action does it drive? Do you shrink? Do you get controlling? I know I have been accused of being controlling. Do you retreat? Do you push people away? What do you do? What action does this create? The behavior. You lay down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to do anything. Yeah.
Not feeling seen brings despair and feelings of being lost. Strongest feelings sit in the heart, but drops much deeper into the root. Yeah.
Virginia says shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isolate, very familiar to me as well.
Hmm.
Contract, shrinking for sure. Yeah. You're not bringing your badass self.
Mm-hmm. I wore a mustache to the wrong class.
That's a good fool's perspective
Mhm.
to bring.
I get
Yeah.
a hyperactive, says Linda. Yeah. Yeah.
Shrink, try to
Tara
control
says,
and isolate. Yeah.
yeah, getting stuck with those negative thoughts and shrinking. Yeah. Yeah. And Noelle saying on the bridge of the enterprise. Yeah. Yeah. Feelings of being small and insignificant. Yeah.
Positive thoughts, you get creative and loving and productive. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly. Those are all actions that
Yeah.
result from that, right?
Yeah. And I think a few of you may not know who's who here, so I'm going to introduce myself. I'm
Yes.
KC. I'm your acting and audition coach. I live in a cabin in the woods, which you can see right here, on a farm with 100 chickens, 3 cats, 2 dogs, and assorted humans. And I love living where I love to live and helping actors around the world deliver grounded, fearless work.
Yeah. And I'm Donna-Marie. I'm your mindset and visualization coach here at Screen Acting School. And I live in the big city because, well, I love people, action, and really helping actors believe in themselves so strongly that casting starts to believe too. So we coach actors who walk the red carpet for the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the Emmys, book life-changing roles in the #1 shows in the world. So we come with receipts, and now we're here for you too.
And I want to let you know every single one of those Golden Globes, Emmys, Oscar, lead in the #1 shows of the world, people have the same feelings,
Hmm.
exactly the same thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions. But I want to ask you something now. What if we told you that you are surrounded by some of the stupidest people in the world right now? Everyone in this group is pretty stupid. how would you, we got some laughter going on. You guys are not very nice. How would you feel about yourself if you were surrounded by stupid people? You're in a place infested by stupid people and the drivers are worse. How would you feel? Would you feel superior,
Maybe smug.
stupid, like a zombie apocalypse, annoyed, smart, yeah,
Yeah.
detached,
Maybe a
maybe?
little like holier than thou.
Like I'm better than you people? You'd be worried? Well, confused. I was wasting your
Frustrated.
time. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're leaving. You're like, bye. Yeah, absolutely. Leaving is the answer. Scared. Like you're here for no reason. Really good. Totally annoyed. Love this.
Hmm.
How would you feel about the other people in the group?
Yeah, if that was the case, how would you feel about the other people? So would you maybe have a little disdain for them?
Or would you like, would you pity them? Would you feel pity for them? Like,
Yeah, maybe you'd feel a little like contemptuous or irritated.
Kimmy's already there, she says. Would you feel annoyed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd feel bad for them, but also annoyed, irritated, says Faith. I'd want to know if they were actually that stupid. I'd want to help them. Yeah, okay.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Kimmy's like, I gotta leave. Abandon ship, abandon ship. So
Yeah.
where does that emotion live in your body and show up as behavior? That's what we want to know now.
Yeah.
So how does that live in your body and show up as behavior?
Yeah, maybe your lips curl slightly. You've got like a half smirk, kind of half disgust.
Or maybe your nostrils flare, like irritated, disbelief, like, who are these people?
Yeah, or maybe your eyes like narrow in or roll.
Yeah, yeah. Or your eyebrows raised with that fake, like, oh, I didn't know you were that stupid, that kind of thing. We've got a lot of responses here. Frustration, smug, half smile. Kimmy's knowing, I already know this.
My eyebrows raised for sure, says
Yeah,
Faye.
laughing derisively. Yeah, eye
Mm-hmm.
rolls. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's what we want you to do now. We want you to have this feeling and we want you to say hello and wave with that perspective, just like,
Hmm. Hi.
hello. What does it feel like? Thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions. This is your action to dismiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that feel?
You feel tense. You're avoiding people. Yeah. A
Dismiss.
little fuck you-ish.
Yeah.
Dismissive. Yeah, absolutely. Rude. It feels rude. Uh,
Mhm.
there's 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 pleasure in it sometimes though, right? Because you feel superior. Like, I'm not like that, they are. But
Mhm.
what if we told you you're a part of this group and that you are one of the stupidest people out there? That people think of you as stupid. How would you feel?
Yeah. Would you feel embarrassed? Maybe ashamed?
Humiliated?
Maybe a little exposed?
You wouldn't believe me. Stupid?
Like a disappointment, Sage says.
Yeah,
Offended, says Tara.
yeah,
Like, I'm not sure I should be here, says
absolutely.
Tara. Yeah, humiliated. A punch in the gut, says
That felt
Dan.
like a punch in the gut. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
insecure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how would you feel about the other people in the group? Like, would you feel resentful of them? Like you got lumped in with them and they're making you look bad? Or would you wonder, like, why do I have to be with these people?
Yeah. Or maybe you'd feel like superior as a defense, right? Like, I'm not as bad as them, or at least I don't look like that one, or I don't belong here. I just got caught up in all of this mess. So, how would you feel about the other people in the group? You'd probably quit, says Noelle. Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
feel sorry for them, but embarrassed for yourself. You'd feel like
Resentful. Yeah.
pity.
Pity.
Yeah, like they're embarrassed of me and wondering why I'm here. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Go move out, yo.
Yeah.
So where would this live in your body as behavior? Would your shoulders roll forward? That's a me thing. I get my, and I avoid eye contact. I don't want to look at people when I feel like I'm stupid and I'm surrounded by stupid people. Maybe they're all smarter than me and I'm the stupidest of the stupids.
Yeah. Or maybe like your movements are a little slower, or you sigh a little bit. Maybe your posture is kind of slumped, you know?
Yeah. And you
Mhm.
wouldn't speak clearly, right? You would mumble,
Yeah. Awkward
talk
lip
into yourself.
movement, says Kyla.
Yeah.
Breath gets shallow. Kimmy says I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Kimmy. Yeah, I'd feel judgy. I'd stay quiet, says Farah. I'd probably hide and cry, says Laura. Noelle says I might speak sharply. Yeah, you might get that defensive.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Faye says I definitely slouch and keep my voice down.
Yeah.
Charmaine says I'd have low energy and kind of shift my body. Virginia says I try to blend in and see what everyone is doing and, maybe stand like them. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
what actions would you take? Would you withdraw, stop participating in things, disengage from people?
Yeah, maybe you'd avoid completely, right? Steer clear of challenges or other groups.
Or you would comply, just do everything they say passively without any belief in it. You just do it because they said it.
Or maybe you just go like completely mute, stop speaking or offering up any ideas at all, you
Or if
know?
you know you're right, yes, Sage, exactly. I'll shut up. I'll concede. I'll do
Mm.
what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Best says trying to find somewhere where I felt like I belonged instead. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
very healthy.
Mhm. Yeah.
So let's try that. Let's say hello and wave with this perspective.
hmm Hi.
Hello.
hmm
Not
Yeah.
fun. Not fun at all.
Mm-mm. Doesn't feel
Now, what
good.
if I told you the absolute truth? What if I told you that Donna-Marie and I have vetted every person in this group, and you are surrounded by some of the most committed, passionate people with incredible inner strength and strong emotional beauty?
Yeah, and that you are physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually the best of the best. Okay. Yes. So let's unpack this one. Just like we unpacked the others, you're actually part of an elite, emotionally rich, deeply respected group. So, how do you feel about yourself now? Proud?
Grateful,
Maybe worthy?
elevated,
Maybe confident?
definitely grounded.
Yeah. Inspired?
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, maybe empowered or accepted, much happier, excited, supported. Wonderful. A couple people have said supported. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Seen, proud, relief. Daniel says instant relief in my chest. Your chest no longer feels like you're short of breath. So proud of
Yeah.
your mind, sense of family or belonging.
Absolutely.
Yes, wonderful.
And how do you feel about the other people in the group now?
Yeah. Now that you've been told this, how do you feel? Maybe you feel warm towards them, right?
Or compassionate? They've been through what you've been through.
Maybe a little curious, admiring.
Absolutely. I think inspired too. I would feel inspired.
I
I
think
do feel inspired, confident. Absolutely.
maybe you even feel protective of the group, right?
Yeah. Because
Excited.
they're special.
Yeah, and you're excited to get to know them a little bit better. You feel,
Yeah.
yeah, how do you feel about those? You would find everyone supportive.
I feel safe in the group. Yeah. Attracted to like-minded people, Faith. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You love the word inspired, me too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely, you guys. 100%.
Absolutely. And now let's look at where this lives in your body. Shoulders open, chest high,
Yeah, your heart feels kind of full, soft, energized. Maybe your eyes are bright, expressive. Maybe they're even teary with joy.
And do you get that in your cheeks where you feel sort of warm, like you just want to smile? You're always like, feels so good.
Absolutely. And maybe your laugh comes freely, right? It's light.
And your voice is steady and kind,
Yeah, and your posture is relaxed but tall.
energized. Yeah. This is the cause of depression. It is. When you have thoughts that don't work for you, it leads you to feelings that don't work for you and emotions and actions and behaviors that don't work for you. But when you have thoughts that take you into a positive way of thinking, it affects your whole body and your whole outlook. What about
Absolutely.
the actions you would take toward the other people in the group feeling this way?
Yeah, maybe you would embrace them, right? If your thoughts are what we've just laid out about this group, maybe you're embracing them both physically and emotionally.
Yeah, and encouraging them, like lifting others with your words. Like we notice, we see you do it. We see you
Mm-hmm.
encourage others.
100%. And maybe you're supporting others in the group, actively without even being asked, you're there helping out, right?
And we want to allow others to be themselves without judgment when we feel good about ourselves. And I love what Landon and Virginia are having a little conversation here.
I love this. And Charmaine says, my senses are on fire. Yeah. Oh, and Kimmy says, actors don't have friends. Well, there's a lot in this group, Kimmy.
Yeah.
Nobody does this alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't believe in the competition thing. We
Yeah.
have clients, we have very, very successful clients. We don't believe in the competition thing. You compete with yourself.
Yeah,
Become
absolutely.
great.
And then you know what else we do? And I want to add this is celebrate. Absolutely celebrate and cheer for each other's wins, So maybe
Mm.
in this scenario that we've set up for you, which may be very akin to real life, those are the sorts of things that you would do, right? So let's try that now. Let's say hello and wave with that perspective, okay? Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Feels
Yeah.
good, right? Because this is who you are. This is who we see. So that's why it's so important never to believe what you think.
Yeah, and literally, you guys have another go at it. Think again. If there's something that's in there that needs to be rethought, think again. So I want to know, what do you think about yourself now that could use a little rethink? Okay, post it in the chat. I want to know. And we're going to talk about this and we're going to work on it this week. Competition is you comparing your weakness. I've made lots of great friends in this group, Laura says, all
Yeah.
support one another. Absolutely. With a unique understanding of that acting life. So true. So true, Laura, right? I love it. So what is one thing that you think about yourself now that you think could use a little rethink? And maybe it's something that you chose earlier. Maybe it's something completely different that nobody wants me. Yeah, that
Work on
needs a
that.
little
Yeah.
rethink. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, people saying I've seen so many of my friends succeed in this group and cheering them on. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Serena, absolutely. And we know you're one of them.
How to talk to strangers, Malcolm says. Yeah, so maybe the thought is something like, "Ugh, people don't want to talk to me, or I don't know what to say." That needs a little rethink, okay? Yeah. My anxiety, I've tried doing practice and I end up nervous. Yeah, Landon, that needs a little rethink. I want you working on that this week. That's all of your guys's homework this week, okay? Is to pick out that thing and give it a little rethink because you have seen the way that you frame things in your mind, the way that you talk to yourself, right, changes. We took you through 3 different scenarios and you felt it, right? It wasn't just a thought in your head. You felt it physically change your body. It changed your emotional state. Okay.
Mhm.
You can do the same thing on the flip side. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do. Now, in Audition Plus, I work with you on how to Bring that powerful mindset to your life and your work, right? So that your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions, all of those are of a talented actor, a star, and these all create belief. And as you can see, starting with your thoughts, you create a whole world that really informs what you believe. And I would like to say that for all of you in Audition Plus, your work on bringing the Fool archetype to your everyday life this month has been just wonderful. Regina, specifically, I just loved your comment. I see that you're here, so I have to call you out there. Just wonderful work, you guys.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to just talk about Allie's thing about your thoughts or beliefs are positive that you'll book something soon, but what if you're delusional? Am I on the right path? So you have conflicting thoughts. And you don't have to have thoughts and beliefs about you're going to book something soon. You have to have thoughts and beliefs about your talent, your ability, your compassion, your passion, your commitment, those things. So you want to have a framework to create, and this is what we do for all of the characters as well. We have a framework to create thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and actions for your characters. And when you learn this with the archetypes and the core four, you are unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah. And also, Noelle said be delusional. And I'm also a big advocate of that. So, yeah. Keep
Absolutely.
thinking those
Absolutely.
positive thoughts because the other ones, those are the ones that are going to move you forward. The negative ones saying, oh, I'm never going to book, it's doing nothing to help you push forward. So, you just keep right on with that. I love that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And who's to say what's delusional and what's not? We don't
Correct.
know nothing about nothing.
Hmm.
Just enjoy the idea that it's wonderful and your delusional thoughts are real. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
it's a
Living
much better way to live. You'll enjoy it.
it. I love it.
I want to recap what you've learned so that you've got this in your minds. You've learned to name what you're thinking and feeling in the moment, how your thoughts create your emotions or your feelings, and how to use that. How to use physical behavior, how physical behavior will tell the truth about how you're feeling, even if the text doesn't. So you can have an opposite going on, and how to create action that is driven by intention, not habit. So
Yeah.
those old feelings are just old feelings. You don't have to have them.
And that's it, right? Absolutely. We can break those habits. So right
Mhm.
now, the registration for Audition Plus isn't open yet, but you can get on the wait list. So I'm going to pop the link in for you right now. In fact, let me make sure I'm sending it to everyone and not private messaging as I often do. So I'll pop that link in. I've just popped it in for you right now. You can go ahead and copy and paste. If you're already on the wait list, you want to keep your eyes on your inbox the last 3 days of the month. Okay, that's when we open registration. So we're currently going through everyone's applications, making selections, and we are only taking actors who show us their passion and commitment. Okay, not only for this art form, but for their career moving forward. And here is the beautiful truth, if you choose to accept it. You are only one audition away from a life-changing role. Hear that now. So let's make sure that everyone in that room remembers you, okay? So I'm going to pop that waitlist link in one more time for those that would love to join the waitlist. And don't forget, bring this work not only to your scenes, but to your life this week. Give that little rethink where it needs to happen. Okay. We've identified some places. I really want to see you do that this week. It's not only going to help you have a better life, but you're going to book more.
Absolutely. Don't
Paris.
you want to work with happy people, like people who have a sense of purpose and commitment, or do you want to work with people who think, oh, I don't know if I can do this?
Totally, totally. Farah says, thank you. I'm not so quick typing on my phone on my way to a costume fitting today.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Yay.
Congrats. I love it. I love it. Noelle says, yes, coaches. Um, the work is moment by moment for mindset. 100% it is. Yeah, absolutely, Allie. It's something you're going to work on your whole entire life. It's going to be
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just remember that, and I say this so often, but there is a massive worldwide conspiracy to make you feel bad about yourself to sell makeup, hair products, clothing, cars, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be diligent in your mindset work in order, and that's why Donna Marie's work is so precious for you, so that you can, yeah, that's marketing exactly, to make you feel bad so you'll buy something to make you feel good. We can't fight that, but we can't stop that, but we can fight it.
We can fight it
Fight it.
absolutely within each and every single one of you. So,
Mhm.
Casey, I think that is going to be a wrap
I
for
think
us.
so.
We hope you had a wonderful time. We will see you all next week, same time, same place, same link. For those of us joining us, or for those of you joining us on YouTube, it's been a pleasure. And that is a wrap for us. You're so welcome, everyone.
You're so welcome. We'll see you on screen. Brian's like almost on time finish.
Almost on time. We did pretty good, Brian.
We
You're
did
right.
our best, Brian. We did our best. All right, we'll see you on screen.
Bye.
Bye.